Well, you say that now.
You're red already.
Oh, thank you.
So are we live?
Yes.
There we go.
So joining us today from the fancy studios of Cherished Pieces in Tillsonburg, Ontario.
The fancy studio.
Yeah, the fancy studio. Somebody asked me if there was hair and makeup this morning.
No, you know what? Our accounting guy still hasn't come through with our budget for that.
He has not.
You got to speak to him.
So October 11th, it's a beautiful fall day out there, kind of crispy. I actually wore closed-toed shoes today. That is amazing.
I threw on sandals, but I brought shoes just in case.
Yeah, no, I just, my feet were a little cool yesterday. But, oh, there's Rika. Look at that. And Val. And there's somebody from Markham I missed quick. And there's Beth and Tracy. And Deborah. Good morning. How fun. So you know what, ladies? On Friday this week, our Tammy is going to have a birthday. So I was going to have this nice big princess thing for her to put in her hair today so that everybody would know and she would wear it the whole show. However, I forgot.
I'm so sorry about that.
So we'll just pretend that you're wearing this nice princess thing here with a princess cape since it's going to be your birthday.
That's right.
You know how we feel about you, Tammy. So happy birthday coming up.
Thank you.
So, let's see.
Well, it looks like I was just going to notice somebody said they survived the turkey. So we hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, we do. We cooked, just because it was just Bill and I, we had a roast chicken dinner, and it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, Thanksgiving is a wonderful time just to be grateful for everything we have. And we certainly are very grateful as a family, and we're very grateful as a business. We're very grateful for all of you who support us and come out and watch us and play with us and stuff. We really enjoy that. And when you take a look at what's going on in the world right now, you're just extra grateful, and I guess we just have to say extra prayers.
We do.
Anyway, we have a special guest today coming up, so our format's going to be a little different, and I think it's going to be fun. Now, we have some door prizes still.
We still have door prizes.
There's Teresa.
Okay.
And Susan, we're going to see you, Teresa, this weekend.
First door prize is a panel. Oh, happy day.
Oh, and who does that sound like?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe
Let's find out, right?
Yeah, soon.
And then we have
Anne.
Homegrown, a Nancy Halverson book.
These are always great. Like this one, this book's been out, but you know, her patterns are great. You can use all of her templates on different things.
It's our last one, so that's why it's a door prize. And then, of course, we have a little fat quarter bundle. There's 8 of them. There's some sparklies in there, purples, blues. Oops, I guess you can't see. So those are fun. Make a comment, and then we will put your name in the draw. And we'll work to getting your name out of the draw later. Right, Arlene?
So if there's anything you see that you want or information, just email Tammy, T-A-M-I. We won't put birthday girl in there, but it's Tammy, T-A-M-I. And or Cynthia at cherishedpieces.com.
Sounds good.
All right.
All right. You get trucking.
Yeah. How about we? What shall we do here?
Well,
do we want to talk about one behind us, or we want to start here? What do you think? Maybe the books.
Sure. Let's clear off the table.
Okay. So we have this
Pinecone Quilts. It's by Betty Ford Smith.
It's a brand new book.
It's beautiful. And I'm sure when you look through it, just like me, it'll bring you down memory lane and remind you of projects that you've seen.
Well, you said, what did you say this morning? Your grandmother used to make rugs that way?
Yeah.
This is like with the folded pieces and so on?
I watched her. But she would do hers rectangular, but they were beautiful. Just, leftover clothing, scraps and stuff. So it's a beautiful book. And lots of history in it. And projects when you get to the end. And there's other ways to rethink the pine cone technique. So it's a fun book.
And how much is that book?
It is $41.99.
And then we have Kate Quilts by the Sea.
This is a beautiful book too. Lots of color.
For all our Kate fans.
You just want to look at the pictures. You don't even want to do anything. Just look at the pictures. Anyway, you have to buy the book if you want to see the rest. They're $48.99.
And then we have some new wall hangings that we brought in. It's getting to be that time of year.
So this one's $23.
You know, what we have to do is put the inches on here because people will always ask, "Well, how wide is that?" And you know, they used to say at the back, and now they don't. We have to measure them. But
I think
anyway,
these ones are the 12, or they could be the 16.
and this one's bigger.
Yeah,
so this
so
one here, this is all
all metal.
all metal, and that one is $30.50.
That one was $23.
And then we have this nice long one here for $25.99.
And that one has the little dowel on the bottom, so that gives it a little more stability. These are great for your little wall hangings. Any little project you want to hang up.
Yeah, so kind of 'tis the season, and we have some of those together.
We also have a new pattern that came in. I think it's focusing. Daisy Drive.
And this is applique, and it's kind of neat because you've got the flower and then the stems going up and down. So that could be quite colorful. You just pick the colors that you love, and away you go. Ah, there's somebody saying happy birthday, Tammy. Oh, Mary Crow, you know, I read the newsletter, and you are going to be the speaker this week at the Ancaster Guild, and I'm going to miss you. Let's show this lovely kit that came in. Last week we showed you the sea urchin line, and a lot of you really fell in love with it. And I'll just kind of go like this just to remind you of that, what that line is.
So that's the pattern.
There's a kit here, and that's the pattern.
Now the size of the project when you're done is 60 by 60. And the kit includes all the fabrics for the top and all your papers.
All your foundation paper to make it, because this is a paper piece quilt. And it is $260. So it's quite gorgeous. I think somebody was saying, oh, you could add a little dab of another color here and there. I guess you could.
These are yours.
Let's do this one. We have, that has come in, the Nativity by Kimber Bell. The Nativity, there's the fabric kit for it. It's $56. And then there's $62.95. There is the software for it. And then they have $42, the embellishment kit. And this is Kimber Bell for the Nativity pillow seam.
So that has the zipper for your pillow, the lights, and then all the fun little...
Yeah, the foam and all the neat things to make that work. And I really liked it, so I just thought I'd bring some of the stuff that I'd started. I'm just starting to work on this. And I really, I'm enjoying this one. I like the simplicity of it. And so I've been working away off and on at that. And it's kind of neat because the animals are all puffy because there's foam in the animals. My next one I get to do the camel, so that'll be really puffy.
Oh, they're like a little sheep.
Yeah, and they got their little faces, but see the angels got like mylar, like lots of glitter in there, and the halos for the Holy Family.
And the star.
Yeah. So.
It's very pretty.
So we thought we'd show you that. And then we have something fun to a more current season.
So since we're still in fall, we can still enjoy pumpkins because we've got Halloween coming up. You can make your own little fabric pumpkins. And we have a pattern that has 4 sizes. So you've got like your extra large, your medium, and then your mini.
And the fun thing is you could use scraps. I mean, it wouldn't have to be just in fall colors. I can picture somebody who'd probably do some in Cape. But you could do scraps, or you could do all different kinds of Halloween fabrics here. Mm-hmm. We have some glow-in-the-dark fabric, and that would be fun to do, glow-in-the-dark fabrics. And these are pretty easy to put together. Arlene made these 3 quickly on Sunday, I think she said. So,
and these are just like a twig from your yard, and that's...
This one's a pumpkin stalk, like if you, because this is a time of year you could collect those. But a stick, or you could, you could put whatever you wanted in there.
You could put this one in a wreath.
Sure.
It's small enough that you could tuck it in the corner of a wreath.
Yeah, the stems are real branches, Gwen. We just, just to make it fun.
Yep, so we have a bunch of those patterns if you would like to still whip up some pumpkins. Okay.
And we have some quilts behind us you wanted to talk about, right?
Yes. So these are last ofs. So we only have one kit left of the Radiance. It's 70 by 86.
And it's $145.
$45.99, yep.
So we could make it $130
Okay.
for the last one.
The last Radiance one is $130.
And it's hard to believe we're down to the last one of this one too.
And then the art journal kit using the walkabout pattern, 73 by 93. Now this one right now is $130.
Let's make it $120.
Okay, the art journal kit is $120.
Okay. So, and we have classes coming up.
Did we bring the other one? Trying to think. We have the Christmas tree skirt with Darlene.
Yep.
There's a featherweight maintenance class with Ian. Mm-hmm. So if you've been waiting to learn how to service your featherweight, that's a good one. It's a Saturday class.
I think that one's in November, isn't it?
Yes. All of these are in November.
So make sure you check out our website under classes.
And then there's also a new class that I put up there. It's the Mondo bag.
And guess who's teaching this class?
Me.
So Tammy's going to be teaching that one.
So you'll learn how to put your bag together. It's using the Quilt Smart kit. It's very easy. It's very fun. And you'll have a nice big bag that you can tote stuff around in.
This is just lovely, Tammy.
Okay.
And I know that there's sign-ups already.
Oh, good.
So we're excited about that. Now we have our special guest today. We have invited Louise Hamilton from Purple Rooster Quilts to join us this morning. And Louise is going to talk about preparing your quilt for quilting. And also Louise teaches a lot of our classes now. And she's going to talk about some of her upcoming classes. And we're just going to turn this over to her, and maybe we'll put up one of her quilts while we bring her on screen.
All right. We need like the sound effects. The drums or some intro music, something.
All right.
Okay.
Here we are. Hello, everyone.
Put these two up here.
So as they said, I'm Louise Hamilton, and I love to long arm. I'm happy to long arm for anyone that needs long arming done. And I also love to quilt, so that's a couple of my little fun ones behind. So anyway, I just wanted to review a few things that are very helpful for success when you have your quilts long-armed. So before you bring your quilt, you do need to prepare it. And so it's always, you need to iron it. Make sure that it's ironed flat. If it doesn't lay flat for you, I likely won't be able to lay it flat either. But it'll be good if you can iron it flat. Make sure that it's free of threads. And also free of pet hair. A lint brush is wonderful to take all that stuff off before it comes. When people are putting borders on quilts, it's a good idea to do what the pattern says and measure your borders and pin them before you measure them on, because wavy borders.
So you want those borders squared up, right?
Yes. Make sure you square the corner. Square the corner before you send the quilt out, and before
as you add each border. We want people to square it, right? So if there's 3 different borders, square it as you go.
Square the first one, and then square the next one, and then square the next. If you don't square the first one and it's a little bit off, the next one will be more off, and the third one will be more off, yes.
So would you like to go over there and have a good cough?
I would like to do that. You guys go ahead.
Because we can just tell, I can just see her getting redder and redder. She's got this cough that's all of a sudden starting to haunt her. Louise, grab a bottle of water out of the fridge.
I've got one right here.
Okay, so feel free to, because we're not going to just torture you and say, stand here through that cough.
There you go.
Anyway, so we want you to, it does really help squaring up those borders.
Settle the nerves a little.
Yes, there you go. Yes.
Not that Louise is ever nervous.
No, nerves aren't really my thing, but that's okay. Anyway, as we always say, we like to have 5 inches of backing fabric, bigger than the top fabric, all the way around the quilt, and that's so that we can mount it on the machine. We need to be able to hang on to the top and the bottom.
Now, is that the batting also?
Not the batting also, no. The batting just needs to be bigger than the top.
Okay.
Just by a little bit. But the backing is what really, really matters. If the batting was a little short, you can add batting, but you can't add back.
Okay. And it's because when we quilt, it kind of shrinks in, doesn't it? It pulls in from the back.
Well, and we have to be able to hang on to the sides.
Yeah.
And we have to have some distance there, because the machine can't come right beside the clip that's on the side holding onto it. So you do need to make sure that there is 5 inches all the way around. When you piece your backing, if you're going to put a set of your extra blocks in the backing fabric, I always suggest that you don't put them straight down the middle of the back of the quilt. I suggest that you offset them about 2/3 of the way over. That way it looks like you artistically put them off center, and that's what you should do. And the next thing is, with a panto choice, I have 2 books of patterns.
And I mean, these are 2 great big thick binders.
Yes, just excuse me a sec.
So they're, and you can, she's got them divided out pretty good by themes, so you can select there.
Pick what you'd like. So there is 2 books of patterns upstairs. A lot of people just say, you know, just pick what you want, and I'm good with that. I look at the fabric as I'm loading it, and I kind of feel what the quilt is all the time that I'm putting it on the machine. And so by the time it gets, I'm ready to program the machine, I've got a pretty good feel for the quilt. So I think that I picked them out pretty good, and I scale them to the right size of the blocks that are in the quilt. So if someone wants it to be more dense, I tell them to write that, or if they want it to be a bigger pattern, then they need to do that. Otherwise, I just scale it to fit the quilt. And if you had a thought while you were making the quilt that you wanted stars, or you wanted leaves, or you wanted hearts, I suggest that you write that. I have several of each one of those. I can pick one of those that I think suits, but at least I know I'm headed the direction you wanted me to be. If you don't have any idea what you want on your quilt, then I suggest that you tell me the age and the sex of who the quilt is for. So I would quilt it very differently for a 7-year-old girl than a 60-year-old man. Really? So, yeah, you know, they like different stuff, right? So, you know, I need to know if it's okay to put flowers and swirls and hearts, or if, you know, I've got some that are wrenches and gears and, you know, very masculine. So I like people to, you know, shoot me the right direction of what they're thinking. And other than that, just if they have a favorite hobby, if someone's crazy about music, or whatever it is they love.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, that's it.
Now also, Louise has some classes coming up.
Yes,
and we thought we could maybe talk about those. And maybe the first one, because we brought a whole bunch of charm squares down here, so you could talk about the one behind you here in a minute. And I just thought I would put these out so everybody could see we've got quite a variety of charm squares.
Okay, so that is this quilt here. This quilt here is done with 2 of those charm pack squares, and so it's 80 squares, and it's a really fun, easy technique. You can do it in a 1-day class. You sew your blocks together, and then I show you how to slice it and sew it and slice it and sew it, and poof, all of a sudden you've got a crib size.
And it's on point.
And it's on point, and you only have to sew it as squares. So it's really fun and fascinating. The good thing about it is you never know for sure exactly how it's going to turn out. So it's always really fun because you're creating something that you don't know, and as it evolves, it's fun.
And the neat thing is, I mean, you can make baby size, or you can keep on going and make it bigger.
That's right. Yeah, this is done with just 2 charm packs, 80 squares, so that it's just that size. But I have seen friends that have done it with bigger, more blocks. They've done it different ways, and so one lady, she did it a few times, and she made it wider and bigger, and it was way longer than it needed to be for what the width was. She said, well, just quilt it anyway, and then at the bottom she cut off a slice or 2 and made a couple of table runners with the extra length. So nothing is ever wasted. Sometimes we just have to rethink things, but that's what makes quilting exciting and fun.
It does. So
yes.
We have several of the charm squares here that we've just put out for you to see. And when's that class coming up? Do we have a date? Do you remember?
It's November 22nd, I think.
There you go. Thank you.
I don't know how I remember that, but I did.
I'm glad you did.
Well, you are amazing, Tammy.
Tammy is amazing.
And then we have this little cutie pie.
Yes. So this one, it's upside down, ladies, but that's
Oh
okay.
my gosh, that would
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
They
matter.
can't see that now.
They
We
can't
ruined
see
it.
that, but I can see that. However, this one is so much fun. I am a scrap piecer for the most part, and I love scraps and sewing things together. This is done with a lot of, you can use 2.5-inch jelly roll strips, but you can also use your scraps from your stash, and you use a fun little focus fabric in the center, and Cynthia has quite a few here at the store that can be used for that. And then you just start sewing the blocks, and I love to teach how you can just sew up your scraps, because I'm a use it right up to the last crumb kind of person. And this one's done with...
And we think that we think maybe that these colors have scared some people off.
Yes,
'Cause this is, I mean, this is really, really bright. So she's got some other ones here to show you.
Yes.
That maybe, so we've got some
Yes.
close-up shots that she's
So-
done some other blocks.
So my colors do sometimes scare people because they say, my goodness, where am I ever going to put
Because
that?
your neutral is,
My neutral is screaming lime green. I love it. Love, love, love. So I did some that are a little bit more traditional for log cabin blocks. So this one you can see is half light and half dark. And this one actually is 3 different poinsettia prints there that I used, but you can't tell. So I'm totally one to use up scraps. This Santa Claus one on skis of all things, so fun. You can use whatever center you can find. And so this one's done with lights and darks, and you can see how I twisted it to make it a little askew, and it's far more tame than the one behind us. This one here is like the ones behind, but I did use some less loud fabrics just for your benefit, not for mine, because I love them screaming loud. And this one here, how fun is that? So that's the same center block as some of the ones upstairs that I did a couple of placemats or table runners, but it's done with lights and darks, and they're all scraps.
we call this one,
Freestyle logs, because
Freestyle logs, yes.
just freestyling whatever you've got and however you want to do it, and I can show you how to do that. And I thought that this one particularly would be a fantastic placemat. So I know a guild that does placemats for Meals on Wheels at Christmas time, and they like the guild members to give them placemats to give out to people with their Christmas dinners. So a couple more logs on the side of this and quilt it up, and someone's got a placemat. So there's a lot of versatility to these blocks.
Yeah.
All right.
That's so much fun.
Yes.
So this class, we've got this one scheduled. We've got,
Next week, Thursday,
okay.
whatever date
The
that is.
freestyle logs.
The
Yeah, I think
freestyle
we have
logs.
2 dates for this one, don't we? Or is there another date yet? I'm not sure.
Should have grabbed
Check
the binder.
out our website.
Yes.
That's what we like to do.
I think it's neat that you could like take this technique and make it your own colors. So yeah,
Totally.
if you were, that's why we said you're not locked into the bright colors.
And
Yes.
I mean, you could put sashing in there, but I think the beauty of this one is watching it get sewn together to see what it can create.
Yes, I have done them with sashing, and sashing you can use a white with black polka dots or something like that. I've done sashing. I've done a lot of these quilts, and there's just so much
Well, you've
fun.
done some for the Midnight Release sale, some big ones.
Yeah, I had a small one like that, and it sold for $500.
Wow.
It had fun wonky chickens in the middle, and it made my heart sing. And when it brought $500 for MCC, that makes my heart even happier. So that's a delight that's just a delight. Yes. So
It's it's pretty wonderful to have some of these different things that we support, because there's some really good organizations out there. I
yeah.
mean, Cherished Pieces, we really like to support Victoria's Quilts. And Louise, I know you're very involved with the Midnight Release sale
Yeah.
and MCC. So there's some really good things that quilters do. So there's Judy Monroe. And see, nice job, Louise.
oh, there you go.
It's
You
nice
have-
that we
you
can
have
do
watched it,
those
okay.
things, having fun with what we enjoy, right? Like,
Yeah.
so there's
Yes.
double the joy.
Well,
Oh,
there
yeah.
is, and I
Yeah.
think the people that receive these things feel
Well,
it
maybe
also.
triple joy.
Yeah, because they feel it too.
They do, and then long after, I'll see somebody I haven't seen for a long time, and they'll say, "Oh, I've still got those pot holders you made." Oh, honestly, I forgot that I ever made them. But there is joy in giving stuff away, and they continue to enjoy it, and that's just happy if you can make someone's soul happy.
It is. Well, we thank you for joining us this
Thank
morning.
you so much
you.
for
Very
letting me on your
informative.
show.
All right.
Very good.
So, is it drum roll time?
So we'll do the Happy Day panel first.
And
Sorry,
who says happy day?
Happy
Louise.
days.
That's her saying. She
We
always
figured
says,
it out, yeah.
Yeah.
Sue Miller.
Sue Miller. Congratulations, Sue.
Okay. The homegrown book.
Lynn Garbett.
Lynn, congratulations.
And the little purple and pink fat quarter bundle.
Kim Beckner.
Congratulations, Kim. Let me know if you're going to come visit us and pick up your prize, or I can mail it to you.
Just a reminder, on our website, we have we have our Halloween and our Christmas fabric 20% off.
And in store.
And in store, and we have sent out an email with a coupon so that you can apply that coupon to your order online to get that 20% off. And the same with AccuQuilt.
I think the fabrics are marked down. The coupon is for the AccuQuilt.
Okay. There we go.
Just so that there's no
Thank you
confusion.
for correcting that. Because
Yeah, so if you're buying AccuQuilt, you'll put the coupon in when you're on your finish your cart page, and it will show the discount right away.
So we're going to start doing more of those coupons and things like that. So it's important that if you haven't signed up for email, that you do that.
Yes, that'd be a good idea.
And then you will get the news on the coupons and what the discount is.
Okay.
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 Great. So thank you for joining us this morning. Enjoy this fall weather. And we'll enjoy Tammy's birthday on Friday.
That's right. I'm going to eat cake. I hope. Have a great week.
Take care. What kind of cake do you